Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the show. Sorry about that. It's been a long day. My name is Eric Mitchell. I am your host. This is Starlight Beacon Transmissions Live, episode number 48. Yes, we have done 48 of these things, which is
A lot.
too many more than the Skywalker saga. That's all I gotta say about that. I guess it would be 29 more than this. No, 39 more than the Skywalker saga. One of
I
the
guess
two.
if you I guess if you count the Star Wars stories as the Skywalker saga.
Mm, it's whatever. Um,
Yeah. You get the point.
yeah. Once again, my
There's
name
been
is
a
Eric
lot
Mitchell.
of those.
Yeah, I'm your host, and we have a good show for you tonight. Luna is with me, and we are going to be talking about the final stories in the High Republic, Phase 1, which is just a couple of stories, actually. And we are also going to be talking about the Star Cruiser, because that launched this week. So, we have to talk about that. Um, yeah, it's just the two of us tonight, and but Lavender is on vacation. Lavender, I hope that you have a wonderful trip. I can't wait to have you back next week. We are planning next week's show already. Just have, yeah, so before we get into everything tonight, I just want to share a few words with you all. Um, and start um, if I start crying, I apologize for this in advance.
You don't need to apologize.
Um, so as you guys know, our cat Polly had 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 been going through some medical stuff lately, and um, I went to visit my parents this week, and as I was boarding my plane Thursday morning, my wife called me and told me that she was taking Polly to the pet ER because Polly she found our cat in the middle of the floor, uh, having a hard time breathing and everything, and uh, yeah, so our um, our cat Polly became part of the living force this week, and I um I want to dedicate this show to her because she was my wife and I talked about this. She was like my little producer. Um she would curl up in a ball and lay right next to my leg every Saturday night. And if I got excited, she'd pick her head up and give me a face and meow at me to try to tell me to calm down. Um, and my wife would do the same thing. And I just want to dedicate this show to her because she was an amazing cat and I loved her so much. And my wife joked, my wife always joked that, like, if we got married and when we moved in together, her and Polly were a package deal. And as soon as I signed the lease on our first place together, I signed the adoption papers for Polly,
Mm.
and she became my cat too. And I know people are like, "Well, why are you talking about your cat?" Well, because she was a member of our family, and I love her and I miss her, and I know it's not goodbye. I know it's see you real soon. And I just have to keep reminding myself that. So, Polly, this is for you. I hope that you are well fed, and I hope that you are able to get into whatever kind of trouble that you want. And I hope you are meowing at other cats and, just doing your thing. So, I love you, kitty, and I'll see you soon. All right. So let's get into the only announcement that I have is that we are working on a date for our RPG Part 2, the Part 2 of our premiere of our RPG show, the season premiere of our RPG show. If you tuned in last week, I hope that you had a wonderful time. We loved having all of you with us.
So
You,
chaotic.
it, but that's why I love doing it because it's so chaotic. I will say this: seeing seeing that group come up with like multiple other characters. Thanks, Jane. Multiple other characters for this Star Cruiser heist is great. Um, I will say Ellie as Sussy Baka is fantastic. Um,
I don't think I saw that part.
okay. She
No, you know what? Don't give me context. It's better without context.
okay. So each of the characters is in a disguise on the Star Cruiser, so that way nobody can figure out who they are. Um, so we have that. Um,
I hate that Sussy Baka is like a plausible Star Wars name.
well, I mean, it is what it is. Um, uh, I forget what I forget who Joey was. I have to like look that up again. Um, Katrina was fantastic as the airhead-esque character on that. Um, Greg playing a droid playing a protocol droid is fantastic. And I will also say these next couple were my favorites. I got to give it to Kaylin to play Karen B. Hard Cheese,
Oh my god.
social debutante and Talk Tick star. We have to call it Talk Tick. Um, I played Stevie Palps, who also played her husband, Bobby Lee Hard Cheese, who had a Savannah accent and said, I say again. And then I gotta give it to John for playing Duke Nukem,
Just
who
Duke Nukem?
is no Duke Nukem, who is the Star Wars equivalent of Joe Exotic, the Tiger King.
So
And
you
he,
you did talk tick to avoid copyright, and then you
yeah,
just turned around
he's
and did
he's
Duke Nukem.
he's the Rancor King, Duke Nukem, the Rancor King. And I
Uh,
tell you what, if that Feral Caskins ever comes around, I tell you what, yeah, yeah, it was,
so deeply
and there
strange.
may or may not have been a rave at the end. Who knows? That's all I got to say about that. Uh, but we are working on bringing you part two very, very soon. Just waiting to hear back from the group about their schedules, and then we are going to go from there. So we only have one piece of news to cover tonight, and we said we would be covering this thing after it launched. I wish we had a bigger crew to talk about this, but I am going to try to get Sarah and Steven on from a couple of weeks back to come back on. They were actually on one of the first voyages this week. I was looking at their Instagram feeds and everything, and yeah, they.
Seething with jealousy.
What's that?
You were seething with
I
jealousy as you
mean,
looked at them.
yes and no.
Yeah,
Uh, I I think it's more FOMO than anything.
yeah, yeah. That's
I
fair.
I don't envy the $5,000 that you have to pay
Oh
out
yeah,
for it.
no, I
Yeah,
get that.
yeah.
I was just figuring it was a general wish you were there, not
Oh
wish you
yeah.
were paying
Oh
for it.
yeah. Yeah. Oh totally. Especially like with the groups that I've seen that are doing it.
Yeah,
So yeah, we're gonna talk Star Cruiser here, and I don't know if you saw some reviews, Luna,
I saw a
on this.
couple, but I mostly like
You're
didn't know
kind
what
of
was.
like tuning it out.
Yeah, again, I haven't really been to any of these Disney places, and I
Yeah.
know that like Star Cruiser's in a whole different category of its own, but at the same time, like it just doesn't. It's hard for me to even envision this.
Yeah.
I've seen some videos from it that look fun. I saw that like first order officer guy talking to the kid, which was really
Oh yeah.
cute.
I will say this, he's actually like one of the highlights from what I've heard, like the actor playing the first order officer like hams it up perfectly.
Hell yeah, that's how Star Wars should be.
Yeah.
Damn it up.
Um and you've seen the Rhodian, right?
Yes, I
Yes.
love the.
Yeah, the Rhodian's pretty cool. So yes, Star Cruiser has launched. We are starting to get these first initial reviews in here. Most of it is positive. Some of it is a little mixed, but most of it is positive. And I will say this, for the most part, a lot of people say that yes, this is worth the money. However, they wished that it was a longer experience than 2 nights.
Yeah, if I'm shelling out $5,000, I want more than a weekend worth of content. You know.
Yeah. Oh no, I totally agree. Like if this was like a week, that way you could like spread the stories out
Yeah,
and like the missions and
that would
stuff.
make it. I would
It
be a lot less wary of the price if it was
I,
like a week.
absolutely, because then I'd be like, all right, cool. You mean to tell me that I can, I'm on this thing for a week now. I still get. I mean, then you could make but 2 days.
Yeah,
You could make. You could do 2 excursion days, and then have the rest of it be on the Star Cruiser, in which you can do all the missions and stuff. Yeah, if this was a week long, I'd be all in for it. However, for the 2 nights, they say that they cram a lot into it. Also, if you have little kids with you, it's not necessarily geared towards them because like a lot of the stuff happens after like 9 p.m.
yeah.
Like on a normal cruise, like a lot of stuff happens after 9 p.m. And like they said, like the food is overall the food is good. I see people are on the fence about the blue shrimp.
I didn't hear about the blue shrimp.
You didn't hear about the blue shrimp?
No, I love shrimp.
Oh, let
Um,
me see if I can
I
find a photo of the blue shrimp for you.
I love shrimp. I love blue things. I don't
Okay.
see the problem. I don't see where. Okay.
Yeah, here we go.
Oh
Galactic
boy.
Star Cruiser Blue Shrimp. All right, let's see here. Okay, I'm gonna go to Disney Food Blog, which is a trusted source here,
Okay.
and I'll bring up the photo for you. All right, so you ready for a screen share?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. Okay, so this is the blue shrimp.
Okay, yeah, that looks like chewed bubble gum.
It does look like chewed bubble gum, doesn't it?
Yeah, that I don't know about that one.
Yeah, but like you can see like it has like now if this was like a sauce or something that would be different, but this is
Yeah, that
clearly
looks
blue food dye.
yeah, that looks kind of weird.
Yeah.
Like I like the fog, I guess, but
Yeah.
what the hell? That
Yeah.
looks so weird.
It does.
Why? It looks so wet.
It really does. It does look wet. It really does.
That's so strange.
Yeah. And like you would also think like they would have gotten rid of the tail too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that doesn't make sense to me either. I'm sorry, but if this is all we're critiquing is blue shrimp, I
0
mean,
out of 10.
yeah, 0 out of 10. Do not recommend the Star
You
Cruiser
eat with your eyes
because of blue
first.
shrimp. Yeah, exactly, exactly. You eat with your eyes. Like I like these side salads and stuff.
Yeah.
And then it looks like you've got some tomatoes here, what have you. But yeah, this,
I think it'd be more appetizing if the tails weren't there and if I didn't know it was shrimp.
yeah, and like you bit into it and it tasted like shrimp or something. Like
Yeah, I'd be like,
this,
"Oh, this is interesting," but
yeah, like this could easily be like a curry sauce
yeah.
instead of blue food dye. Jeez, I almost lost my light again. Because
Oh,
I'm talking about the blue shrimp.
yeah, that looks haunting.
That'll
I
be
don't
the
like
last
looking at
thing you
that.
think of before you go to bed tonight.
Yeah, honestly.
Just remember, Luna, it won't hurt you. It won't hurt you. The blue
Don't
shrimp will
worry,
not hurt
blue
you.
shrimp isn't real.
The
It
blue
can't
shrimp
hurt you.
isn't real. I mean, the blue shrimp is real, but it's not gonna hurt you. So you'll be okay. You'll be okay. But anyway,
Sure.
back to what we have here for Star Cruiser. Oh, great. I gotta. There we go.
Bot.
No, just me like messing up here. I'm out of it tonight.
No, it's fine. I get
Uh,
it.
um anyway, so going back to the Star Cruiser thing here. Um like I said, I've heard like a lot of great things about the story and the missions are fun and everything. They don't really tell you much about Batu because you know, I know that you haven't been to the parks, but
Yeah, rub it in, why don't you?
no, I'm not trying
I'm
to.
kidding. I'm kidding.
What I'm trying to say is
Oh, jeez, here it comes.
no, so like when you go to Batu, you are guaranteed to ride Rise of the Resistance and Millennium's Falcon Smuggler's Run, which is really really nice because if you were trying to lightning lane those, you would have to pay. So
Yeah.
like you automatically get 2 free lightning lane passes for that.
How much are lightning lane passes?
It depends on the attraction. So like most of the attractions that have lightning lane, it's still free, but you have to pay for Genie Plus in order to access lightning lane. Um,
Okay.
it's this whole system that is completely convoluted. When we had the original My Disney Experience app, it was great. It'd be like, "Hey, do you want a fast pass for Test Track at 7 o'clock?" Sure, but no. Um,
Everything I know about this system comes from that one Defunct Land video.
so with this system, so like for some of these attractions, so like if you're gonna pay for Genie Plus, which gets you basic Lightning Lane privileges, what was it like
Right.
20 a day? It's like 20 per person per day, and then like
Could
you
be
can get
worse, but
yeah,
could be a lot better.
so like you get access to most of the attractions, right? Lightning Lane passes for most of the attractions. Now, some of them like Frozen Ever After at Epcot, as well as Mickey and Minnie's Run. No, Mickey and Minnie I think is free now. Um, but like Rise of the Resistance and like Frozen Ever After are like 20 extra bucks for Lightning Lane. So you're saving
Wow.
yourself, yeah, so you're saving yourself money with that, right?
That's good at least.
Yes, you also
Let's make it
get
clear, you're not saving money by going on the Star Cruiser.
no, 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 you're not. Um, but
At this
you
point, if we didn't get free lightning passes, I'd be insulted.
know, but you're guaranteed that. So then with
That's
the
good.
Star Cruiser, all of your meals are included too, right? Like
Right.
like it would be on a cruise. Um, you get a meal voucher for the quick service restaurant at Galaxy's Edge, Docking Bay 7. So you actually get a free meal there too because they give you a meal voucher.
Okay.
So you're guaranteed a meal at the parks or
That's good.
at that park. Um
And I know Disney food isn't exactly cheap.
it 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 can be depending on what you get.
I guess, yeah.
But like Docking Bay 7, like if there's two of you and like you just go in there, prepare to spend like 20 to 30 bucks for two of you.
That's not too bad.
No.
Like, that's Applebee's.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, quick service locations are kind of like, yeah, I mean, the price equivalent of like an Applebee's or a TGI Fridays or something like that, depending on what you
Let me
get on
say,
the menu. Yeah.
quick tangent, I love Applebee's and TGI Fridays. I don't people like to dunk on Applebee's specifically, but it has a special place in my heart.
um, I will say this. I'm not a fan of Applebee's.
Okay?
Love TGI Fridays though.
Yeah, TGI Fridays has really good french
Yeah.
fries.
Yeah.
Um, Something
Yeah.
funny about, Applebee's is that there's one about, 20 minutes from my house,
Uh-huh.
and there's, like they've got random photos and stuff from local events on
Oh,
the,
yeah,
walls.
they've got all the crap on the
Yeah.
walls. Yeah.
There's, there's one picture of a float from a parade,
Uh-huh.
and, my fiancé and I, a few years ago, went to an Applebee's there.
Uh-huh.
We used to go to Applebee's a lot. It was, like, our thing, which is kinda sad, I know, but we liked it.
Hey, you're gonna get no judgments here. I mean, a
Yeah.
a date night's a date night. That's all I'm gonna
Date night's
say.
a date night,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
But we sat down next to this, photo of, like, this big orange fish float, and,
Okay.
my fiancé looks to the side and says, "Is that me?" And I look, and you can see her and her mother
Oh
in the
wow.
background of the photograph, like, in the crowd, and you can
Yeah.
see her standing there, and you can see her mother, sitting there, like, taking pictures, and it's like, do we get free food now? Like, we should get free food, I feel like, if they're using our likeness.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's a great
Uh,
story.
I've got a picture on my phone, but I won't show it, but it's still there. It's still there. I
Yeah.
went there with my, fiancé, like, a few months ago, and it was
Nice.
still there.
Nice. Now, do you specifically like ask for that table?
Uh, not no, but we do tell the server that we're there, every time. We're like, "Hey, that's them." And
We'll
they're
take
like,
our
"Oh,
table
wow.
over here, please.
We'll take our table, please."
Yes.
"Oh, there's somebody there." They can move."
Get up.
"Get up. This is our
Go.
table."
Yeah. I don't know if you saw, but that's my fiance right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You telling me you don't respect my fiancé? We're
Yeah.
gonna have words, buddy.
Yeah.
Let's go
See you in the
outside.
parking lot,
Yeah,
pal.
see you in the parking lot of this Applebee's
Hold
at
on.
11 AM.
Let me eat my chicken crispers first. Um,
Chicken crispers?
I don't know. That's either a Fridays thing or an Applebee's thing.
Yeah.
Just um,
I usually get, like, a burger, and
yeah,
my mom really likes the riblets, I think.
nice. Well, okay, quick tangent. Now that we're talking
Oh,
about this stuff,
tangent of a
well,
tangent,
welcome to
let's
our
go.
Star Wars show, by the way.
Yeah.
Um, we when I was a few years ago when I was working in a different department at work, we would go to there was a TGI Fridays like 10 minutes from the airport. So like
That's a
We
habitable zone.
oh yeah, so we're like, you know what? Especially if we had a bad day, we'd be like, all right, we're all going to Fridays afterwards.
Yeah, TGI, it's
Yeah.
Friday, right?
So yeah, we would go in there at like 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. Late night happy
Tear the
hour
place
would be
up.
starting. No, we weren't like disruptive, right?
I know, I know.
Yeah, we weren't disruptive. But I'll never forget this. We were all sitting there, and I was hanging out with a friend of mine that was working in a different department, and like all of us are just hanging out, right? And this was before I met my wife, and we're all sitting there, and then we see these other two guys that we work with that are there, and we're like, oh God, these guys. So
These guys.
they come stumbling up to our table. I mean, these
Oh
guys
God.
are obliterated. I mean,
It's one of my
just
favorite words for drunk.
just gone, right? Just they
Absolutely
probably
plastered.
don't know what day it is. Nothing, right?
Had too many little shark bowl with the
Oh,
gummies.
they had something.
I think that might be Applebee's. I don't know.
They may have had too many amaretto sours for all we know. I mean, who knows, right? So they come up to our table and like this the shorter of the two guys,
Oh,
the
okay.
louder of the two guys
That's how it works. The
comes
smaller
up
you
and
get,
he
the louder you
says,
get.
I'm gonna phrase this in a PG way,
Oh, here we go.
or a Star Wars way. He
Oh,
said,
just to keep on
sup,
topic.
yeah. He said, sup, criffers. That's all I'm gonna say.
Keith Trennis would be proud.
Yeah, oh, Keith Trennis would be proud.
Do
And
you
I'm
think
like,
Keith Trennis gets plastered into TGI Fridays?
on Starlight Beacon, absolutely.
You know the TGI Fridays on
Yeah,
Starlight
yeah,
Beacon.
yeah. Actually, you know what? Let's talk to Kevin and Daniel after this and see if there's
Yeah,
a TGI Fridays on Starlight Beacon.
Daniel will make anything canon. I think we're
Actually, you
good.
know what? I'm gonna tweet at Daniel while we're doing this real quick.
Okay.
Um, here we go.
The idea of a
Let's see
TGI
here.
Fridays on Starlight Beacon is
At DJ Older,
oh no.
what are the chances of there being a TGI
You should
Fridays
you should at TGI Fridays too.
on yes, it's happening on Starlight Beacon
I'd say it's 0% now, but like
at
before the last book.
yep, there we go. All right, so we have this
And now
tweeted.
we wait.
We have this tweeted. Now we wait. Um I am going to pin this to our profile. So if you are watching this and you are following us on Twitter, you can see that this is a actual tweet that we have just made from our account.
You actually did it.
I told you I was.
I don't know what.
What'd you think? You think I was bluffing?
I didn't, but like it wasn't real to me until I saw it.
You think I was bluffing? I mean,
You
now
gotta
we have
follow
gone.
TGI Friday.
Oh yeah, I should follow TGI Fridays. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, okay. I thought that was Daniel. Made me. Ugh.
No, sorry, that was me. I was retweeting it. Daniel will make anything happen, so I think we've got maybe a 70% chance of this.
so out
I
of
want the
all of
Wikipedia article for TGI Fridays done by morning.
okay, so out of all of the people that I follow on Twitter, okay, two that I know follow TGI Fridays. Are you
What
ready?
really?
Are you ready?
Okay, yep. Go on.
One of them is you,
Well, as of now.
as of now. The second one, Snap Wexley himself, Greg Grunberg. We have gone completely off topic,
This is
but you know what? I don't care. I don't care. I Luna, Luna, Luna.
Yeah, what's
I
up?
don't care. After the week that I've had, this is
Uh,
fun.
yeah, this is good. So, submission to disaster.
Yeah. Um. Back to Star Cruiser. And your day on Batu. So you can
Oh, back to
uh,
Star
I'm I'm gonna wait, and I swear, if Daniel Jose Alder tweets at us again, tweets us back, I will say something. Okay.
Okay, yeah, keep an eye on it.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep an eye on it. So anyway, with Star Cruiser, apparently you spend the whole day there,
Okay.
like on Batu.
I'm crying. Hold
Yeah,
on.
it's okay.
Now
So
I'm
you can
crying.
but you can go back to the ship like if you want to, right?
Right.
So you can still do a reservation for a build your own lightsaber, and you can still do a reservation for Droid Depot as well to like build your own droid.
Right.
Now, from what I've heard, other people have done the Batu thing, but like they've gone into other sections of Hollywood studios. So I've told you this before,
Immersion
but
breaking.
yeah, I mean, and that's kind of my issue with the thing, right?
Yeah.
Like you are there for the immersive Star Wars experience.
Conceptually, I really like the idea of the Star
Yeah.
Cruiser. I know that there's like I saw a review that's like, "Oh, paying so much money for a windowless hotel." And it's
Well,
like, yeah, that's not like that's not the full experience. That's not why
no.
you're
And I'm sorry, but I'm not going to watch TV in my room on the Star Cruiser. Like I'll keep the
Yeah, like
galaxy
what do
map
you
up.
do?
You know what I mean? Because like they have like on the TV itself, like when you go into the room, they have a galactic star chart on there to like show you like where
Oh,
you're going and stuff.
that's awesome.
I would keep that on like 24/7,
Yeah, right.
because I'd be like, I want to see where we're going next. Like, I'm sorry, as much as I love Encanto, I'm not going to watch Encanto for like the eighth time while I'm on
On
the
the
Star
Star
Cruiser.
Cruiser.
So anyway, going back to the immersion thing here. I've heard like some people have like exited Galaxy's Edge to do like some of the stuff in Toy Story Land or like try to ride Rock and Roller Coaster or um
What's the
Tower of
point then?
Terror or yeah, and at that point I'm like, why didn't you just pay to just go to the park then?
Yeah. If
I
you're
mean,
rich enough to go on the Star Cruiser, you
yeah,
can go another day.
exactly. And like I don't want to be that guy. And I hope that I'm not sounding toxic here. But in my opinion, if you're paying for an immersive Star Wars experience, just stay in the frickin' Star Wars land once you get there.
Yeah, like that's what you're paying. You're not paying for really the hotel itself. You're paying for the experience
Yeah.
of the hotel.
And I'm sorry, Slinky Dog Dash, it's a fun roller coaster, but
Sorry.
no, it's a really fun roller coaster.
I didn't even know it existed until right
Oh
now,
yeah,
so
oh
thank you
yeah,
for
yeah,
that.
it's great. I'll have to show you after the show, Slinky Dog Dash. But yeah, it's a fun roller coaster, but I'm sorry, I'm there for Star Wars. I'm not there for Toy Story Land. I'm sorry, I'm not going to go to Woody's Lunchbox to get my tachos.
Is that really what it's called?
Yeah, Woody's Lunchbox is the quick service place in Toy Story Land, and they have these tater tot nachos called tachos. They're actually
What
really
does that
good,
mean?
huh?
I believe you, but I'm trying to. I
Like
can't
a
really
potato barrel,
visualize.
right? A potato barrel.
Yeah, I know what a tater tot is, but
Yeah. So it's like a thing of tater tots,
right.
and you can get it with like You could get it with nacho cheese if you wanted to. I think there's a chili and cheese option also.
Okay, so it's just nachos with tater tots in it.
So no, it's instead of the chip, it's the tater tot.
Oh, okay. I see that. I can see
Once
that.
again, welcome to our Star Wars show.
It's relevant.
It is. But like I said, I'm there for the immersive Star Wars experience. And most of the time when I go to Hollywood Studios, I'm hanging out on Batuu. Like I'm hanging out at Galaxy's Edge because that to me is the place that I associate with the most at Hollywood Studios.
Right.
And that place feels like home, so I want to be there.
Of course.
You know what I mean? Like that's
Yeah,
just my whole
exactly.
thing. So like I'm gonna spend most of my time at Galaxy's Edge. While yeah, I love Muppet Vision. While I love no Muppet Vision 3D is amazing. It's it's so
I
good.
don't doubt it, but you just keep pulling out these complete. I you could be making all of this up, and I
Yeah,
wouldn't know. Is the
I
thing.
know, I know. But
I
yeah,
know you're not, but you
yeah.
could be,
But
and that's
like
what's funny.
and like as much as I love the Indiana Jones stunt spectacular, um, I'm there for Star Wars. I'm going to Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah.
And I'm going to stay in Galaxy's Edge, especially if I'm paying that much money to get to Galaxy's Edge and have it included in my package.
What if they? Now here's a
Huh,
question. Oh, I'll wait.
hold on. What was that? Well, yeah, that's true too. My wife did just bring up a counterpoint, which I think is really interesting here. Um, what if you're what if this is like the only trip that you can afford to Disney right at the moment? So of course you want to get the most out of being in the park.
That was my thought, but then I sort of thought again, like if you're sort of looking for a more affordable experience, I wouldn't expect you to go on the Star Cruiser, but I guess if
No.
that's how your financials work out, then sure.
Yeah.
But if you're like one of these reviewers or whatever who like get are getting paid to do reviews or are just
Well,
generally a more wealthy person who's going.
now I will say this. The influencers and the media that got to go on the preview voyages, the only thing that was paid for by Disney was their trip on the Star Cruiser. That's it.
That's true. But
Like they weren't paid to review. I mean, now granted, the media outlets were probably paid by their media outlets to go and review this thing.
yeah,
But like the influencers themselves and these media personnel were probably, I mean, they Disney comped their experience.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I meant. I meant
yeah,
like the the point being, especially if you're reviewing it, I think you should be reviewing it from the perspective of
yeah.
getting the experience itself.
Well, and all of the reviewers and influencers did that.
Yeah, and that's good.
Yeah, but from what I've heard with these initial voyages here,
Yeah,
there have been a few people that have gone to do
yeah,
their other thing,
yeah. But
which
I'm saying if you had the money to get on one of
yeah,
the first Star Cruiser voyages,
yeah.
I mean,
Oh, I'm taking advantage of every second of it and just immersing myself in Star Wars.
yeah.
Yeah.
What
Um,
if they put a TGI Fridays in Batu? But felt like they made it
like
Star
right
Wars. You
next
know,
to
like how
Oga's
they've got like the
Cantina.
weird, they've
Yeah.
got like the weird Coke bottles that are like all Star
Yeah.
Wars themed.
Oh,
But they
those
made
Coke
like
bottles are awesome.
an entire regular TGI Fridays like that.
Nah. So I would say that it would probably be right next to Oga's Cantina,
Okay.
or you could actually put the TGI Fridays in Oga's Cantina.
There's just like a stand.
Like no, like the kitchen at Oga's Cantina. Like Oga's Cantina can now serve food, but it's like TGI Fridays like potato
Just
skins
inexplicably.
and like
Just
mozzarella
inexplicably
sticks and stuff.
they also hand you the TGI Fridays menu when you sit down.
Yeah, exactly.
You're like, what is this?
Each cast member at Oga's has their Batu get up, but like they have suspenders of
God,
flare.
I would love to see a like somebody in like full Rhodian or other alien makeup, like a waiter in like a TGI Fridays
Yeah. Well, no, like
uniform.
I said, they're wearing their Batuan garb, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But no, they have suspenders of flare.
Now I
Like,
want to go to TGI Fridays. Like,
yeah, now
please.
I want to go to TGI Fridays too. Um, to the one viewer that we have, welcome to the TGI Fridays cast.
Welcome to TGI Fridays. Okay, there's one like 20 minutes away from me. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Ask for the Bespin Fizz. Um, but then
Goes to a TGI Fridays and asks for the Vespin Fizz.
I'll have the Rancor beer flight, please. Sir, this is TGI Fridays. I don't
So
care.
of course.
um, God, I wish John
Re-
was here. I really wish John was here.
we all do.
Oh man, because I think he'd have a field day with this. Um, hold on, let me see if Daniel.
I'm keeping an eye on it too. I don't think he has yet. He must be like in a life or death situation or something because he hasn't even liked any tweets in like 20 minutes.
I probably got blocked by him, didn't I? No, no, I haven't been blocked yet.
Daniel Jose Older must be like dying right now, so because he
No,
hasn't
I
tweeted
mean
in like 20
he's
minutes.
probably taking care of his kid or something.
Yeah, of course. I mean,
I know. So anyway, and then from what I've heard, like a lot of the story stuff on the second day like doesn't really hit until like dinner time and after. So like if you wanted to, you could catch like a quick nap in your cabin, like after you get back from Batu.
before Kylo Ren tries to take over the ship.
Yeah, before Kylo Ren battles Rey again. Um, on the Star Cruiser, which I've seen videos of that fight, and that fight is pretty cool.
Yeah, I've seen it too.
Yeah,
I really like Rey's lightsaber. How it.
yeah.
I know it's
But
like
so like she
eight,
activates it, and then she
then
has to
run.
like put it on the ground to pick up like the already activated one, so that
Yeah,
she can do the fight with Kylo Ren.
yeah. They do it pretty well. I
Yeah,
mean,
they do, they
best
do.
they can do.
Oh,
Who the
exactly.
actress I got for Rey is perfect.
Oh yeah, I mean,
I don't know how
yeah,
this is just Daisy Ridley. I mean,
yeah. I mean, it. Every actress that they've gotten to play Rey between Star Cruiser, Batu East, and Batu West, which is Disneyland. I mean, they look almost like Daisy Ridley in like every single way. It's insane.
it's always actually her. She just moves very fast.
Yeah. It's absolutely incredible to see. So, yeah. So Star Cruiser launched. People are enjoying it, but I will say this for Star Cruiser. My wife and I talked about this before, and Luna, I think you and I might have talked about this before as well. If you're going to do it with Star Wars fans
Yes.
and do it with people that will appreciate the experience. Because I'm sorry, I'm not doing a thing like this with my mom and dad where my mom goes, "What's going on? Huh?
Is that Darth Vader?
Who's this guy? Oh, great, Chewie's here. Oh, God, I can't stand the thing." No, my mom hates Chewbacca
Why?
because of the way he communicates. She's like, he's always whining all the time. Whining. Yeah. Always whining all the time. I was like, that's how he communicates. Why does he have to
Learn Shriwook.
whine?
Just learn
Yeah.
Shriwook. It's easy.
Yeah. Well, my mom would be like, "What?" She
I love this
calls.
impression of your mom you're
Yeah.
doing.
My mom is probably watching this and she's probably like, "That's not accurate at all."
You're making her sound like the lady from SpongeBob in the wheelchair. It's like,
Oh yeah.
what? What is he selling?
What is he selling? Chocolate? No. No, I mean
I
I love.
remember when they first invented chocolate.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. No, mom, if you're watching, I love you, but you're probably not. But you probably are. Um. Anyway, yeah, like, and I say that with all love and respect to my mother. Like, I would not do that experience with her.
Yeah.
Like, I know, like if I did it, it would be like me and my wife, a few of our friends. Like, if we could do like a huge community thing, you know,
Yeah.
we would do that too, just to like say that we did it. But other than that, I'm not going to go with people that don't appreciate it,
Yeah.
and
I
especially at
wouldn't go
that
with my
price.
mother. I wouldn't go with my mother either because she's sort of a Star Wars fan in that she really liked the original trilogy and
Uh
she's
huh.
been talking about how bad the prequels are since 1999.
Oh, great. My mom loves the prequel trilogy.
Yeah, no, my mom takes every opportunity she can
Yeah.
to talk about how she doesn't like this or that about Star Wars.
So your mom is like the opposite of my mom.
Basically, like it's not even that she I don't think she's watched all of the sequels, but
My mom hasn't
she
watched
has
the
watched the
sequels at all.
prequels. Yeah. She has watched the prequels and uh she doesn't like Return of the Jedi either, I don't think.
I love
I,
Return of the
I
Jedi.
don't think she didn't like that Darth Vader was redeemed. So she yeah, exactly. It's like that's the entire
That's the point of the first six movies, mom.
yeah. Ugh, but
Yeah.
I can't get it through to her.
My mom loves the prequel trilogy because she loves Jar Jar.
It's the polar opposite of my mom,
Yeah.
who's like, "Oh, I hate Jar Jar so much."
And I will say this because of Clone Wars. You all right over there?
Yeah, I just dropped my laptop. It's fine.
Oh, that's awesome.
Everything's fine. We'll do it live.
Yeah. But because of Clone Wars, like, I have a love and respect for Jar Jar because Clone Wars really did a lot for that character.
Bombad Jedi was a pretty good episode,
Bombad Jedi is a
honestly.
great episode because Luna. Okay, there you are.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
Sorry.
no, it's fine. Because Jar Jar takes everybody out by being clumsy, and it's brilliant.
Yeah.
And like even like
Um,
these Rhodians are like,
the pairing of Mace Windu and Jar Jar was so perfect, and I didn't know I needed it.
yeah, Mace Windu and Jar Jar is fantastic too. Um, so it's like I said, if you're gonna do it, go with people that love Star Wars and that will appreciate this thing and try to be immersed in it. That's what I'm gonna say here. So let's move on here to a little um, story that's been happening for the past year.
You may have heard of it,
You may have heard of it. You may have heard us gush about it like 5 million times already, but you know
and
what?
we'll
Who
do it
cares?
again.
Exactly. Because it's like the big thing in Star Wars, in my opinion, until we get the Dad Batch back.
The Dad Batch.
Yeah, they are the Dad
How haven't I,
Batch.
how haven't I heard that one before?
I mean, well, okay. Hunter is the dad. Hunter's the dad.
The others are all like uncles.
Yeah, the others are uncles. Okay, whatever. Okay, we'll call it the Omega Show featuring the Bad Batch. And Ash, if
Now
you're
with now with
watching,
seventy
I love
percent
your
more
Omega
Mandalorian
cosplay.
flashbacks.
Oh, jeez. Anyway, so back to we are going to be talking about the final 3 or 4 stories in the High Republic.
4, I think. There's
Four in phase
High
one.
Republic
Phase
number
one.
15.
Yes.
Yeah. There's High Republic
Actually,
15, High Republic Adventure 13,
yeah.
Eye of the Storm 2, and Mission to Disaster.
Excuse me. All right. So actually, Luna hit us with High Republic Adventures 13. So go ahead with your spoiler thoughts on that book.
Okay. So surprising no one, I loved it. I love the High Republic Adventures.
Yeah, it's a great
Um,
series.
yeah, Daniel Jose Older, I know you're watching. Keep up the good work.
Yeah,
Um,
Daniel Jose Alders watching.
it, it was a lot lower key than I thought it would be. I thought that it would
Yeah,
be like we'd see Lula and Farzala on Starlight Beacon as it crashes, but it was actually by and large some scenes from Midnight Horizon, but from Lula's perspective, which I
yeah,
really liked. And I thought that getting her thought process through all this really deep into those scenes in Midnight Horizon. I
hmm,
went back and I read those scenes in Midnight Horizon after I read because that those scenes are done from Zine's perspective
yeah,
in Midnight Horizon. And you get these two like little perspectives at the same time, and it's such a deep relationship that's been developed over the past year
yeah,
in the High Republic Adventures, and I can't recommend it enough. It was such a good ending to this first run of comics, and I cannot
yeah,
wait to see where they take this relationship in like phase 3, whenever the heck that's gonna be.
yeah,
Oh, I'm in pain. But
yeah,
yeah, that's what I have to say. I really liked it. I loved the new little Aloxian that
hmm,
Court is has taken to. Zint
yes,
was her name. It was Zint.
yes, Zint.
I love Zint. Zint's adorable.
Um,
Um,
yeah,
I always love seeing more of Court and Farzala and Zint.
um, I will say this: what Daniel Jose Alder has done with the High Republic Adventures. I mean, yes, today is. Oh, by the way, Happy Rebels Remembered Day.
Yes,
Which I think we should have talked about earlier in the show too.
we had more important things to talk
Yeah,
about, like TGI
yeah,
Fridays,
and whether or not there's one at Starlight Beacon.
which
Um,
there is.
there is.
Daniel, I know you're watching this. Reply to our tweet.
Um, so there hasn't been a Star Wars project since Rebels that has really captured the essence of what a family is like in the Star Wars universe, like High
Yes.
Republic Adventures did. Now, granted, Lula and Zine start off as like sisters,
Yeah.
but that turns into something amazing, and their
Yes.
relationship is incredible, and I love what Daniel has done with those two characters.
This is one of my favorite queer love stories.
Yeah.
Period, and I really didn't expect something like this to
Hmm.
come out of Star Wars.
Yeah.
I didn't, but I'm really happy it is.
Yeah. I think that.
And the fact this is like the younger reader comic also
Yeah.
really makes me
But
happy.
this comic series here is so great for families, especially families, because the world is a very confusing place, especially right now. Um, you with me?
Yeah.
Okay. The the world is a very confusing place, especially right now with people trying to find their identities, whether it be their gender identity, their sexual identity, their religious identity, what have you.
Yeah, exactly.
And what Daniel Jose Alder has done is he's taken these struggles, these real world struggles, and has brought them into so many relatable characters, and lovable characters. I mean, it talks about adoption and how
Yeah.
Court was raised by Maz Kanata.
Yeah, I love Maz, and I can't wait to see more of her in Phase
Yeah,
2.
exactly. But like Court was raised by Maz Kanata, and I love that. I love that. I mean, yeah, Court's raised as a Jedi, and the great thing about it is Court never really leaves Takadana until he's like a full-fledged Padawan.
Yeah,
He's raised by Maz Kanata, and he's also raised by the Jedi on that planet. And they do it like a joint custody thing, like a foster care thing, and it's really
yeah.
really interesting. Um, to see Zine come from a planet that teaches people that if you use the Force, you're a bad person. It pretty much has. It's pretty much a planet that has. I want to say outlawed religion
There
or
was
a
a line.
particular religion.
I'm
Um,
like pulling out my Kindle here. There was a
no, that's
line
fine.
that.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong though. The whole zine thing.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're
Yeah.
absolutely right. I
So
just I need to find
yeah,
this. You can
yeah.
see
No,
all
go
my
ahead.
High Republic
Yeah.
stickers on my Kindle.
Yes. Go ahead.
I gotta find this line because it's so good, and it's really stuck with me. And it can apply to so many real world things, and I just can't express enough how much I love it. It was in the very last issue here. Da-da-da. Is this number 13? Cool, cool, cool.
Yeah.
So this was during when she's talking to Crix. So this was
Yeah.
also in Midnight Horizon, I think.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But
That scene with Zine and Crix is amazing.
okay, it was I'm so glad I found people who love me for who I am and not for some version of myself that had to be lesser to make them comfortable.
Hmm.
Like come on.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah. And Daniel really hits the nail on the head, especially when it comes to acceptance of other people and
yeah.
where they come from, their backgrounds. So if you've been on the fence about reading a comic book that's for all ages, yeah, it's for all ages, but I'm going to tell you right now, Daniel tackles a lot of mature
Yeah.
material in that comic. And I'm sorry as well. I love the entire crew of the Starhopper is amazing.
Yeah. I love
And
all of them.
and you know what? Bravo, well done. Way to end your run on that. I can't wait to see what you do with your next
Yeah.
comic series.
Yeah. I think that line resonates with me so much, especially
Yeah.
because I'm a trans person.
Oh yeah.
It's like, oh, it hits so
And
hard.
and here's the thing though. And Luna, I don't know what you've been through like with that, but you will always have a space here.
Oh,
You
absolutely, I
you
know
know what
that.
I mean?
Yeah,
Like you have found a
obviously,
community that loves you and that respects you.
I know, and
Yeah.
I'm really grateful for
And
that.
and
That I've
and and like I said, me being who I am, I don't know what it's like to go through that.
yeah, but
Um,
it's you're still really good about it, and I'm
yeah,
so
but
grateful.
stuff like this has opened my eyes to those hardships. You
It's
know,
just such a good lesson for
it
people
really
to learn
is.
of all ages.
It really is, and I think that that's what we need to take away from all of these stories. Is yes, they are telling Star Wars stories, but at the same time, they are telling you these incredible humanizing stories. Yeah, like Star Wars can't be political. Star Wars has been and always will be
Yeah,
political.
the Empire was like a
Yeah,
really obvious,
yeah,
like fascist organization.
exactly. And and I will also say this: if you don't want if you don't want modern day things in your Star Wars, well, you need to stop being a fan.
Yeah, that's what Star Wars is about.
Yeah, and it's been what it's about since 1977, my friends. So let's
Just
move
what it's
on
about.
here.
Yeah,
Let's move
we
on
have so
here.
much to
I
talk
want
about.
to talk about we're going to talk about High Republic 15, and then we'll go into Eye of the Storm number 2, and then we'll go into Mission to Disaster. I'll take over. I'll take the next two if you want to do Mission to Disaster at the end.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, cool.
I'll chime in still, but
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. So High Republic number 15, it ends with a bang, literally
literally,
a bang. Here we have the final confrontation. We see the end of the final confrontation between Avar Chris, the Marshal of Starlight Beacon, the crew of the Atraxia, and Lorna D and her Nile. And as they're racing to the beacon, we see the beacon on fire once they get into the Irem system, in which they start to um, commence rescue operations on the top half of Starlight Beacon. And okay, so the body count once again is through the roof in this thing.
yeah,
Not only does Kevin Scott kill everybody that Claudia Gray killed
again.
again, because let's face it, he does. Um, but we get a few more deaths here, including Stalamaro.
We already knew about that one though. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure,
yeah, but like we didn't know how he went out.
but I don't think there. I think this is the best way he could have possibly gone out,
Oh, absolutely, and I'm gonna get to
holding
that
the
in a
beacon
second.
together as
Yeah,
usual.
I'm gonna get to that in a second
Yeah,
because
go on.
the one death that pissed me off, and I think you know exactly what death I'm talking about.
Orbelin,
Yes,
poor Orbelin.
because the way he teaches Lorna D that lesson at the Republic Fair on Valo
Yeah.
is amazing. And then Lorna D just shoots him in cold blood
So I
and
want to
kills him.
say, sort of
Yeah.
part of that is I remember in the Fallen Star, Elzar heard that the Ataraxia had gotten clear of the wreckage, and
Yeah.
he was like thankful. But it turns out that it was Lorna G hijacking it
Yeah.
and
I was
flying
just
off.
I was just about to get to that point. So now we have to see what happens to the crew of the Ataraxia, minus the crew that went back onto the beacon.
Well, we know that the Ataraxia was the Ataraxia was in Dooku Jedi Lost, so they got to get the Ataraxia back at some
Yeah,
point.
exactly. But we have to see how they do it.
Yeah, I just finished that by the way. It's really good.
Dooku Jedi Lost is amazing.
Yeah, it
It is
really is.
so good. Um,
And I started Master and Apprentice, and you were right. He does sound just like Qui Gon
oh
Jinn.
yeah, Jonathan Davis sounds exactly like Qui Gon Jinn. It's incredible, and his Obi
And
Wan's really good too.
yeah, his
Yeah,
young Obi Wan. He sounds
yeah,
very much like young Ewan McGregor.
yeah. He
But
really
anyway,
does. Yeah.
we're
Um.
getting off topic again.
So Stella Maru's death, him using the Force to hold up the beacon, and Avar being with him, and Avar's like, "I'm not gonna let you." Like Avar's willing to sacrifice herself so that everybody else can get off the station. Stalamaru says, "No, I've got this. I'm going to hold the station together like I always have." And then his final words to her were, "You were always the light." Which is really, really interesting because this is her path to redemption again.
Yeah,
This starts her path to redemption again because she went down a really dark path throughout the series.
High Republic 13.
Oh
Whew,
yeah.
I'm still
Yeah.
thinking about that.
Oh
Such a
yeah.
good issue.
High Republic 13 through 15
Is
are Avar Chris's
peak Star Wars.
finest moments.
Yeah.
Um, I will also say this: Skier going down with the beacon while fighting off the Nameless was a perfect way for him to go out because he was cut off from the Force, so he wasn't affected the way that the other Jedi were. So he
Yeah.
could just go after them all day long if he wanted to.
Yeah.
Um, and then I will also say that um, Kiev and Avar meeting up at the end
Yeah.
was a great moment. And also Tarek and Sarit saving Kiev.
Oh, that was so good.
It was
I was like,
so good.
yes.
It was so good.
Um,
And to see them come back from their injury was just fantastic. So,
and
yeah,
let's not forget poor Master Monshu, the Latero,
yeah,
who got killed, and also Master Barakana.
yes,
New
yeah,
whatever.
they're dust. But fantastic, fantastic issue. Way to end that flagship series until it comes back again in October with a brand new number one.
God, I'm
So
not.
excited to see what Cavan writes in the Age of Exploration because I think that that's going to be fantastic. Um,
Can it just be October already? It's so long.
soon, soon. Patience, young
I know we'll have
Padawan.
other Star Wars content to keep us busy,
Yeah.
but I want the
Oh,
High
yeah.
Republic.
We have a lot of great Star Wars content to keep us busy, and we're actually gonna highlight that great Star Wars content that's coming out very, very soon. We're gonna highlight that at the end of the show because I think that we should touch on that. And then
Exactly.
right before this new content hits, we're gonna do like another big book show. So we're gonna talk about all of we're gonna talk about Star Wars books in general. We're gonna do another canon deep dive show. So get ready
Ooh.
for that. It's gonna be separate from the High Republic. We're not gonna talk about the High Republic for that canon deep dive show. But who knows?
I'll believe it when I see it.
Okay. Yeah, okay. You want to come back when? Just saying. Um anyway, so let's go to the quote unquote official final story of phase 1,
Woof.
which is
I
Eye
don't
of
like
the
hearing those
Storm.
words.
Yes, which is Eye of the Storm number 2. Which this one we don't really get much in the way of flashbacks. You good? Okay. We don't really get much in the way of flashbacks because this is pretty much a straightforward story of Mark Inro pretty much bragging that he took down Starlight Beacon. We have the Republic trying to figure out how Mark Inro took out Starlight Beacon. And then we have a Republic Defense Coalition task force flying into Nile hyperspace lanes and getting destroyed.
The fact that they're able to just lock down entire sectors of the Outer Rim
Yeah,
is just, it's, ugh,
it's insane.
terrifying.
It is terrifying. I mean, you see these guys coming in and you're like, "Oh man, this is going to be one epic battle." And like because that's what I was thinking. I was getting hyped reading this thing. I'm like, "All right, let's go. Let's do this." And then like Mark Inro goes, "Nope." And then like you just see
Just does the Thanos snap.
yeah, yeah, pretty much. You see hyperspace turn red because that's what they talked about it doing in Light of the Jedi. They
Yeah.
talked about hyperspace turning red. And that happens, and all of these Republic Defense Coalition ships in hyperspace all blow up. And Markian Row has locked down chunks of the Outer Rim.
It was 10 entire sectors, I think they said.
Yeah, yeah, it was 10 entire yeah, 10 entire sectors all in the same cluster too.
Yeah.
So this is going to be interesting. Now, do we get
I'm
to huh?
I'm really glad they paid off the Gravity's Heart project with
Yeah.
Chanciaro.
Yes.
Because I'm like, I was thinking like, why is this a plot point? Like, I know it'll come back, but when? And it came back, and I'm like, yes,
I
because
mean,
that's so cool.
it comes back in a huge way
Yeah,
because like even Marky and
this is
Rowe
gonna
like
be like
yeah,
a main plot point for
yeah.
the next
It,
time
it'll
we see these
be
characters.
yeah. That'll be end of I'm thinking late phase 2, by the time we see these characters again.
I'm gonna like start sobbing. I need them a lot sooner than that.
Yeah. But I have to say this finale is, I mean, my heart was racing reading it.
Yeah,
It was so good. It was so good. We get to see the planet of the Nameless as well.
yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
Everything being like alive.
I mean, we see so much in Eye of the Storm #2 that it pays off in such a big way. So, bravo to Charles Soule for that. Bravo to Kevin Scott for High Republic 15, and bravo to Daniel Jose Alder for High Republic Adventures 13. Okay, hit me with Midnight Horizon because this
Not
is the
Midnight Horizon.
close of the Vernestra Row trilogy, I guess you
This
could
is actually
say.
Mission to Disaster.
Oh, Midnight
Midnight Horizon
Horizon.
is the.
God, yeah.
We were just talking about Daniel. It's
Yeah,
fine. I can
yeah.
talk more about Midnight Horizon.
No, we can do that on another show.
Okay,
Mission to
so I've got right
Disaster.
here.
Sorry, Justina.
Sorry, Justina. I got Mission to Disaster right here,
Yeah,
and wow, I really liked it. It was again, it was we had Verdester and Imri, and I love Imri. This
yeah,
is I think this is my favorite book with Imri in it. I
yeah,
love Imri so much. He's so
yeah. He's great.
adorable. He's like trying so much. He's trying so hard, and you can like tell that he's still like not perfect, fully like over everything that happened in A Test of Courage. But
And even Out of the Shadows.
yeah, and even Out of the Shadows, he's still sort of haunted by that, and of course he's even more haunted by the noodle cart being destroyed on Fort Haley.
Yes. I mean, I would be too. Oh, we're getting Luna back here in just a couple of minutes here, people. So just stand by. Hope that you all are having a good time. And so, anyway, there she is.
Yeah, that
It
makes
wouldn't be a live show without you losing Discord.
first time it happened when it was my turn to talk though, so
Yeah,
it
I
was
think
bound
you're right.
to happen
Yeah,
eventually.
yeah, first time for everything.
Right, one of my favorite memes to come out of this book was Imri and his noodle cart.
Yeah.
This is really funny to me. Um, and I love that he still loves animals.
Hmm.
He's trying to pet Jordana's cat a bunch in Out of the Shadows. I don't
Yeah, that
remember
was great. That was so funny.
Jordana's
Like,
cat's name.
um, Remy.
Remy.
Yeah.
And but and there was all that. There's illustrations in this book as well, and they're
Yes.
they're really good. I really like this panel specifically.
Hmm.
This is a really the we've seen a few Shani recently. There was one in Midnight Horizon 2.
Yeah.
The singer who almost ate Bonbrak was one of these. These are a really cool species, and I like them a lot.
Yeah.
Um, but anyway, that aside, we saw the Dalna Jedi Temple.
Hmm.
A big chunk of this book takes place on Dalna, and
Yeah.
I think that's what they're really foreshadowing Dalna for Phase 2.
Yeah, because we're gonna see how that was explored.
The Night of Sorrow, it's called,
Yep. Yeah.
which is when something happened, and we're not sure exactly what. But we had
Now,
some.
sorry, was Dalno like one of the birthplaces of the order?
I don't think so.
Yeah. Sorry. You're good. Go ahead.
Um, we had some. We saw the Jedi at the temple on Delna.
Hmm.
There was this old Twi'lek woman. There was another Sparkburn.
Yep.
And
Her
there was the
cousin,
other, yeah, and the other Jedi, the girl who was very bookish, I
Lissa,
believe was
because that's Lissa D. That's
yeah,
modeled after Lissa D. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. That's what I was about.
Yeah.
I was trying to remember her name, but I
Yeah.
think that's really fun. I love it when writers do that.
Oh yeah.
Like Crash Wong being Crash Wong modeling for Crash
Yes.
in Midnight Horizon is also really great.
Yes.
Um, read Doctor Afra, by the way. I still
Yes.
have to.
No, Doctor Aphra is a fantastic series.
I've got so much Star
Yeah.
Wars to read. I've read the first few issues, and I'm like, I really want to read the rest of this, but I've got
It's
so much to
it's
read.
it's Star Wars Indiana Jones.
I know.
That's like the only way I can put it.
Okay, but anyway,
Yeah.
we got this really fun storyline about Avon being kidnapped by the Nile, and she's doing research on Kyber and how that can be used as an energy source for
Hmm.
non-Force users. And what I don't know how many people picked up on this, but uh Avon is one of the first people who isn't a Jedi to do Kyber research, as far as I know.
Yes. So now in canon, we know that there's two. It was
Yeah.
her and Galen Erso.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that Avon's research informed Galen's research,
Yeah. Yeah. I
which
mean, down the
means
line, yeah.
that Avon Staros started the research that eventually led to her home planet's destruction.
Yeah.
Because Hosnian Prime was destroyed by Starkiller Base, which used
Yeah.
a Kyber weapon.
Yeah, a giant weapon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it was her research that started the chain of events that led to that. And I think that's just such an interesting detail to put in. Just making her from Hosnian Prime
Well,
is,
it's interesting here because her research also led to the destruction of Alderaan
yeah,
because of the Death Star.
yeah. It's such a good connection, and we had this whole plot about I'm like flipping through the book as I go.
Yeah, no, no,
We
no,
had this
you're good.
whole plot about her research being used for things that she didn't want it to be used for,
Hmm.
and it was like a surprisingly mature theme for
Yeah.
one of these middle grade novels.
Yeah.
Um, and we
I
had Donna get
yeah.
very harmed.
Yes. Now, I will say this about Avon's research because this initially started as, well, can I make a lightsaber too? And that goes all the way back to Test of Courage because she was
Yes.
interested in lightsabers and kyber crystals because she wanted to see, and this is what I got from a Test of Courage. She wanted to see if she could make her own lightsaber and not have to be a force user in order to use it.
Yeah, and I like the idea that that sort of line of thought led to her realizing, like, wait a minute, we can use this power for anything if
Yeah.
it can be tapped into. And
Yeah.
I do like that we've sort of done a full departure from synthesized kyber crystals,
Yeah.
in that they mentioned that the internal structure of the kyber crystal seems to change,
Yep.
which I really like. And the idea that you could make a synthetic one, but it'd be very unstable.
Yeah.
I
And
like that a lot. I think that it makes kyber itself more special.
yeah, so they talk about synthetic kyber crystals in Catalyst, which is the Rogue One prequel novel. And then they also talk about it in Master and Apprentice. You're
Oh,
actually going
I'm
to
not
see it in Master and Apprentice.
awesome.
Yeah,
I'm like an hour into it, and it's like
yeah.
13 hours. So
It's a couple hours into it that they start talking about synthetic kyber crystals.
they're talking about regular kyber crystals now, but
Yeah.
um, what
Um.
part am I at? I'm not.
So
Yeah, Qui-Gon was just offered a seat on the council. That's where I
yeah.
just was.
Spoilers. Um.
Spoilers, sorry.
Yeah. No, it's fine.
It came out in 2019.
Yeah, I mean, a quick side note, if you have not read Master and Apprentice, you need to. It's amazing. It's so good. It might actually be my favorite Claudia Gray Star Wars novel. Um,
I like it a lot so far, so
yeah.
we'll see where it takes me.
So, but going back to the synthetic kyber crystals thing and how it ties into Galen Erso. So Galen Erso was actually using kyber crystal research, and they talk about this in Catalyst. Galen is led to believe that they can use kyber crystals as an energy source to power cities and entire planets
Yeah,
for an extended period of time.
yeah. It feels really reminiscent of Avon's research,
Yeah, yeah,
what
and
he wanted to
that's
do.
and I think like I would love to see that tie in together like down the
Yeah,
line. Like
I
if we get
just need
another
a story
novel or
where
something.
Galen Erso mentions Avon.
Yeah, like if we get another novel or something that
Yeah,
talks about it, like that would be fantastic. So yeah, Avon goes from wanting to use kyber crystals to make her own lightsaber in order to see if only Jedi can use lightsabers or if she can use a lightsaber as well, to trying to figure out the potential of these kyber crystals. Um, do they do they mention her mom hooking up with Markian in Mission to Disaster? I don't think
Sort
so.
of. At the
Yeah.
very end of the book, they realize Girastaros says a bunch of stuff that nobody mentioned yet. They're like,
Hmm.
she knew the name of the cyborg lady whose name is escaping me right now.
Yeah.
But they're like, we didn't tell her that. How did she
Mm.
know that? And then they sort of realize that she's lying about something.
Okay.
And that
It
was
like
like,
I said, it's been forever.
yeah, that's how it ended.
Yeah.
Let me see. So Kara Zoo and Dr. Macampa.
Yeah.
And they're like, how did you know that? We didn't tell you that.
Mm-hmm.
So it was sort of, so I do firmly believe that if you're just starting the High Republic, you should read this before you read Fallen Star.
Oh yeah. Well, Justina Ireland even said so. Like
Yeah,
you should read Mission to Disaster before Fallen Star. If you
yes,
read it out of order, it's fine.
yeah. They came
I
out
mean,
of order, so it's
yeah.
like,
I mean, we all because Into the Dark takes place during the same time as Light of the Jedi does, but it was published after Light of the Jedi.
yeah.
Um, and yeah,
Basically, all,
yeah,
yeah, they all take place at the same time.
yeah, which is really funny because it's like all three of Justina Ireland's High Republic books have all taken place after the main book,
Right.
but yet they're published like right during like A Test of Courage came out right when Light of the Jedi came out, even though it's like a couple of months after Light of the Jedi.
Yeah.
Um, Out of the Shadows came out. No, Out of the Shadows actually came out a month after Rising Storm. And then it takes place a couple of months after Rising Storm. So never mind, you can
Yeah.
disregard that. Um, and then Mission to Disaster takes place before the Fallen Star, but it's published after the Fallen Star. Even though we got it the same day as the Fallen Star, if you got it digitally and on Audible. Yeah, it's a lot.
And what something that interests me a lot is that at the very end, it's revealed that Vernestra and Imri went with the Ataraxia team, or at least they were supposed
Yeah,
to for that arc of the High Republic, but we don't see them. But we also
no.
do see Vernestra's face in the High Republic number 15, which
Yeah, on the station, I believe.
on the station when Avar's connecting everyone.
Yeah,
So we know that she's like they haven't forgotten about her, but something
yeah.
else happened. And
I
I'm really interested to know what that is.
I don't think she's dead.
Oh, Vernestra?
Yeah, I don't think she's dead.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No, Vernestra's not dead.
And I don't think Imri's dead either.
No, he better not be.
Yeah.
Ver- Imri's my son. I love him. I would and will kill and die for him.
So I think they probably escaped. They just haven't talked about it yet.
Yeah, but like we didn't see them in no space either, so I think something
Yeah.
else happened.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to see where they
Maybe
go.
they're religious ascendancy.
Maybe.
Maybe.
um but I really like how I can't recall the name of the illustrator right now, but
Oh, yeah.
the person who illustrated the High Republic um comic series, I really like how
Oh,
they draw Vernestra.
Arnon.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I can't. I know you're watching. I'm sorry, I can't
And
remember your
I
name.
think his last name is Andino or Andino.
Something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's a fantastic artist, and I really
I
want
really
him
like.
to. Yeah,
Yeah, I
I
really like their Vernestra.
I really want him to team up with Cavan again for the October series too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
please.
So the High Republic now, Phase One has ended on a cliffhanger,
because
And
it's Star Wars.
because it is Star Wars. Now, a lot of you are thinking, well, where does phase 2 begin? Well, my friends, phase 2 is not going to pick up right where this leaves off. My friends, phase 2, we are going back in time 150 years before the great hyperspace disaster.
Let me just say, this is such a Star Wars move.
It
Doing
is.
doing the prequel second, then the sequels third.
Yeah.
It's the same order as the trilogy, and I think that's really fun.
Yeah, I think it's great. I think that
We're just
them,
inching further back in time, and I
yeah.
like that.
So we already know, like, Cavan has hinted at this, Justina has hinted at this. I mean, all five Luminous writers have hinted at this because they keep dropping the age of exploration in these books. They keep talking about the age of exploration. That's what we're getting in phase 2.
Yeah,
And
I'm
it's going to be
surprised that
incredible.
I'm surprised I didn't catch on sooner, honestly, because they really foreshadowed this time period hard.
Oh,
They've been talking about, oh, this happened 150 years ago, that happened 150
yeah.
years ago
I
since
mean,
like the first wave.
Charles lays it down in Light of the Jedi. Like
Yeah,
that Mari Santeca has been around for years. Like
perhaps
at least
150 years.
150 years.
Yeah,
Because he talks about her being vital in the age of exploration.
yeah.
Cavan talks about the age of exploration a little bit in the Rising Storm. Like even Daniel mentions it in I think Race to Crash Point.
Yeah,
Um, so like we're laying the foundation here. Also, everything that's been foreshadowed with or everything that's been I think everything that has been mentioned in the Wreath and Comac stories, I think we're gonna get some of that too. Like all of the historical stuff. Because like I really want to know. Like I really want to like give me this historical deep dive. Like seriously,
yeah.
give me this historical deep dive.
Give us Comac's journal. Like Jedi
Yes.
folklorist sounds like the best job
I,
ever.
I mean it. I want one of these books from the perspective of a Jedi folklorist. Not necessarily
So cool.
Comac, but like somebody that's come before Comac,
Yeah,
especially in this age of exploration. Like, I want a book from that point of view. I would love a book from the point of view of hyperspace prospectors too.
I'm
Like,
sure we will. I'm sure we're gonna
yeah.
get that.
Um, there is so much. Like, you know what I also want? And I'm gonna say this right now. I know Kristen Baver did that young reader book about the galactic creatures and the Society of Galactic Creature Enthusiasts.
Oh yeah, that
I
the fact that
want
was referencing Midnight Horizon.
I want Daniel Jose Alder to write a Society of Galactic Creature Enthusiasts book
Yes, please, please, Daniel. I know you're watching. Please write it.
set during the Age of Exploration. Like
That'd be
seriously.
awesome.
Yeah. Um because I just think it would be a lot of fun. I really feel like it would be a lot of fun.
It would be. I would. That sounds like the perfect thing for Daniel to write.
Yeah. Because I mean, you can do whatever you want with it. You really can. Make it a crocodile hunter show. I don't care.
I want to see the Steve Irwin equivalent in Star Wars.
Crikey!
That's a big ice crocodile.
That's a big croc. Now you gotta be careful with the charhound. Just I don't know. I'm so excited for the Age of Exploration. My
Me too.
only my only thing though is I will say this. I love how dark Phase 1 got. I hope Phase 2 doesn't get as dark as Phase 1 got and like as fast as Phase 1 got dark.
Yeah,
Because let's face it.
I don't think it will be. I
Yeah.
think that it's going to be a juxtaposition.
Yeah.
But
Because let's face it. Phase 1 got dark fast.
oh yeah. Re-
I mean, from
An
the
entire
end
ship
of
full
Light
of
of the Jedi.
civilians got
Yeah.
obliterated in the first
Yeah.
chapter.
Yeah. I mean, it gets dark fast. I would love to see a little more lighthearted thing for Phase 2.
Yeah.
Because I would love to see the Jedi actually using conflict resolution without using their lightsabers.
Yeah. We
Uh,
know that at least the Night of Sorrows is going to be a dark
yeah.
thing that happens,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
the way they've been setting it up makes it seem like this is like the thing that happens,
Yeah.
like the dark thing
And
that is
and I'm
still,
okay with that.
yeah,
I'm okay with that because I want to see that happen. But with everything else, like show me this peaceful time of the Republic. If you want to do a political thriller like set on Coruscant, go right ahead. Go ahead, do
that'd be
that.
awesome. I'd love
Yeah,
that.
like go ahead and do that. Um, but I would also love to see more of the Jedi investigations team too.
Yes.
Like, because I gotta tell you, Emmerich, Master Emmerich is actually like my favorite literary detective of all time.
Oh, he's great. I love him.
He is amazing. Just the way he like analyzes crime scenes and clues and stuff, it's fantastic. Um, so I think we're good at an hour and a half
Yeah.
here.
Well, we can talk about CGI Fridays for the next 30 minutes.
I'm not going to talk about TGI Fridays for the next 30 minutes. Hold on,
You're
let's see here.
lost.
Nope, nothing yet.
Nope, nothing
I
yet. He
got
still has. It's still been a
stupid,
bit since he's even liked
stupid
anything,
Halo
so I think
tweet.
he's.
Um, but no, I just want to thank everybody for joining us tonight, and hanging out and having a good time. I am going to be on Discord after the show. You'll have to give me a few minutes, but I'll be in voice chat after the show, hanging out. So if anybody that's watching wants to hang out, whatever, join us in Discord. We're going to hang out, goof off, do nothing.
Talk about TGI Fridays
Yeah,
more.
talk about TGI Fridays. And that's it. So next week, we'll be back at the same normal time. I think next week we'll talk about Rebels Remembered.
Oh,
Yeah, I think we'll talk about Star Wars Rebels a little bit next week,
I
and
got to refresh myself a little bit. It's been a while.
yeah, and we'll see what else comes out. You know, maybe we'll talk about maybe we'll start our canon dive. Who knows? I know Lavender will be with us, so we've got a
We'll have
librarian.
the Disney investors meeting is this week, so we'll probably have plenty to talk about.
Oh, thank you for that. So yeah, we'll talk about Rebels Remembered, and then I'm pretty sure we'll go through the Disney investor meeting. From what I've heard, we could possibly get the Obi-Wan trailer this week.
There are whispers of both it
Yes,
and Andor.
especially because of this investors meeting, but we'll see. Now, my question here is this investors meeting going to be just a telephone call, or is it going to be a live stream like we got a couple of years ago?
I don't know.
We will see.
I
So,
hope we will see and not just hear.
so that is going to be. Oh, maybe we'll get a Bad Batch trailer too.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
We'll have
So,
something to talk about.
yeah, we're gonna have some stuff to talk about. So don't worry. That is gonna be it for us this week. Like I said, we'll be in Discord after the show. Join us in there. Once again, my name is Eric Mitchell. Luna, thank you for joining me. I know it was just the two of us. I'm sorry that we went off on
Anytime.
tangents all the time, but who cares? It makes for good fun. Hold on. Nope, that's NHL score, so never mind. T-Spans is at the hockey game.
Oh,
Yeah. Anyway, so that's it for us. Hope that you all have a wonderful week. May you always fight for light and life. May the force be with you. And at the end of the day, remember we are all the Republic.